Under the bright lights of Hollywood, the AVP League took its first steps into Saturday Night Sand. The New York Nitro opened the curtain on their season a perfect 2-0. Next up, it was a SoCal showdown as the men of the San Diego Smash produced a comeback performance, winning the first ever 3-set thriller in league history. In the finale, the Los Angeles Launch took a bow after their third set heroics. Day 2, will we flip the script or is a sequel in the making? The campus of UCLA here in beautiful Los Angeles, a picture-perfect Sunday afternoon at the UCLA Tennis Center, host of AVP League Week number 1. San Diego Smash and Brooklyn Blaze taking the sand on the men's side. This was earlier, both teams coming onto the sand. The women looked like they were going to have a victory in their second match of the weekend, only to go down in a surprising third set comeback from this pair, Jeannie Arango and Tony Rodriguez behind them. Already 1-0 on the weekend are the Olympians, Chase Budinger and his partner, Miles Evans. Kevin Barnett alongside my partner, Rich Lamborn, Olympic gold medalist. And Rich, we've talked a lot about these teams and how they only have 4 weekends to perform 16 total matches across the season. The Blaze are in a tough spot right now. They are 0-3.
Yeah, digging themselves a little bit of a hole. You don't want to come out winless out of the entire weekend, week 1 certainly, because then you're looking up the entire season. Cody and Seain really looking to get on the board for their squad. They started the season great, trending downwards just a little bit, and I think the key for them is consistency, right? We see them play some great ball, then they get in a little bit of a lull, and in these quick sets,
yeah,
that's difficult to overcome. So that'll be the challenge for them.
A lot of flash, maybe some finish needed from this pair as we take a look at those standings. 0-3 there, Brooklyn Blaze. That is a tough spot to be in. New York Nitro, of course, off the strength of that sweep. They'll be in action later against the LA Launch. And San Diego Smash, boy, if they could go 3-1, they'd put themselves in a good situation headed on to week 2 in Miami. Mark Sherman on the sand. Our players are ready for this matchup.
Let's meet the players. Let's get them out here for match number 2. First up, the guys from the Brooklyn Blaze. First guy I want to say hi to comes out of Newport Beach, everybody. Out of Newport Beach, California, standing at 6 feet, 6 inches tall, bringing the fire, bringing the blaze. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cody Caldwell. And his partner out of Perth, Scotland. Happy to have him now in the sunny South Bay down in Hermosa Beach. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall. Give it up for Sean Cook. And their opponents, the San Diego Smash. Wearing the number 1 out of Santa Barbara, he is Mr. Santa Barbara, standing 6 feet 4, it's Miles Evans. And his partner, his Olympic partner, standing 6 feet 7 out of Encinitas, California. From the NBA to the AVP, it's Seabud, Chase Budinger.
Teams on the sand during the day for the very first time. It was under the lights last night on a Saturday, and it is, as always, night or day. It is best of 3 sets, all to 15. You have to win by 2. We've seen some overtime sets already here in league play. It's 1 timeout per team. And we just took a look at those standings, the all-important standings, as each one of these teams looks to make it to the championship weekend right back here in Los Angeles. It'll be full circle 8 weeks from now.
What goes around comes around.
Good plays begat more good plays. Underway here. Miles Evans with the serve, working on Cody Caldwell, and Caldwell will bury that one into the angle. Look at Miles Evans, one-time UC Santa Barbara player. Before that, Santa Barbara City College, leading the state in kills back in 2010. Sean Cook, an indoor player for a long time, 10 years before going out to the beach with a tough serve there. That ball caught the cable and will find the sand. All right, can you craft me a game plan here for the Brooklyn Blaze if they're going to have success against this smash team of Budinger and Evans? What does that look like?
Well, it looks a lot like that play there. I mean, that was a tremendous serve, but Miles just made a great play. But if you can continually apply that level of pressure, you have to believe that'll crack the offense a little bit at some point of the San Diego smash. We heard Miles Evans after their win yesterday talk about that kind of exact game plan on their side, really focusing on serving. That's what he did. He ended up with that winner of an ace to close out a victory in their first match. So they'll be looking to do the very same thing.
Yeah, Miles typically shoulders much of the offensive requirements, seeing a ton of serves as he does there. That overpass is terminated by Cody Caldwell. He is the primary blocker on that side. Good run up for him, the one-time Loyola Chicago star, two-time national champion.
And that's kind of what that sustained pressure can do, right? Like that serve technically a little bit easier, but Miles just overpasses it just a touch after the great pass on the even more difficult serve the time before.
Cody Caldwell wanted a challenge on that. We don't have that system here. There is no challenge. However, it's called. It is called. Caldwell did spend some time playing in Greece and France on the indoor side. He made the switch because he just didn't want to be overseas for 9 months of the year. He wanted to be at home, enjoying the beach.
Yeah, that serve not even close, too. I think maybe he was just holding up a C to remind everyone that Cody Caldwell is his name.
So Sean Cook will go back to serve off that service error. Cook, it seems like this is made for him.
Yeah, I mean, he does have that kind of natural entertainer gene, it seems like, doesn't he?
Indeed, he slices that one. Fake from Chase. We'll see a little bit of on-two from him as that ball is dug up by Cook. Can he terminate? Checks down, looks for the corner and finds it perfectly. Let's check for our partner and see if she's in a corner somewhere. Cameron Irwin.
I am in a corner right next to Ed, and Ed, I have to ask this. You said this team really has to focus on starting fast. What are some techniques and skills that you were doing off court to get them ready to go?
So we always start with a little meditation at the beginning, a little mindfulness. We do some breathing, and then we do a little hataria, Brazilian reaction drill. So we start with the heart rate slow with the meditation, and then heart rate up with the reaction drill with the hataria. So a little of that typically gets you ready to start getting into your warm-up drills, some triangle, some serving, pass, and a little defense, and then we're ready to start playing.
The threat on the other side of the net, it's impressive to see the option play from them. What's the game plan against this duo?
So we know that Cody and Sean like to option when it's a little more out of system of a pass, and when it's a perfect in-system pass, they're using the options of fake to move the blocker, right? So we need to be really disciplined about how we watch the location of the pass and know whether to bite on the option or to stay with the attacker.
All right, you got the game plan from the box and Ed.
And I thought that was Kevin Raleigh out there for a second, going to break into a, hold the ceremony under what you people would call a hopa.
Hopa? Yeah, if you, I love Smart Science Ed down there, one of my favorite all-time people, but if you believe he's that much in control of the pregame rituals of this squad, I've got some oceanfront real estate in Arizona I'd like you to take a look at.
Caldwell trying to bring that aggression from the service line per Rich Lamborn's instructions. Instead, he's doing it at the net with the block, 7-4. Caldwell's been good from the line and then at the net following. Already an overpass kill and a big stuff block. Got a hold of that one, but not enough as it caroms out into the crowd. You can keep that. It's yours.
Yeah, that was the split block attempt where you know you're kind of not in prime position with your body, just trying to throw up a prayer.
Miles Evans had his whole family in attendance last night. They were enjoying it. Aunts, uncles, parents, everyone. Hometown event for Evans. And for a lot of these players, Evans from Santa Barbara, Chase Budinger, his partner from Encinitas. Cody Caldwell said, hey, he went to school in Chicago, but he's one of those, at the time, very rare players who went from California on the men's indoor side to college in Chicago, originally from Newport.
Yeah, unusual indeed, and it paid off for him in the form of back-to-back national champions. What a good choice that was, and what a great indoor career he had, particularly collegiate.
Yeah, named MVP, 20 kills, 10 digs. When he beat Stanford in the finals, that was actually at home, so a pretty special event there for him. It was inside the Loyola Chicago gym. Chase with the Laura Ludwig. A little twist in the air from the very dynamic Seain Cook.
Yeah, that was dynamic indeed, and if you can square off against Chase Budinger and look like the more athletic one on any given play, that is saying something.
Where do you think there's space in Chase Budinger's game for growth? 36 years old, an Olympian now. Can he make another Olympics? Can he make a leap in any particular skill over the next 4 years or whatever remains of his volleyball career?
Yeah, I think as boring of an answer as this is,
oh boy,
it's really just kind of a fine-tuning type of a situation, right? His hands are tremendous, as we see there. That's a great block from Cody Caldwell, but that set is fantastic. I think, in my mind, that's one of the things that allowed him to make the transition to beach volleyball so quickly. When you can hand set the ball as well as he can, you really kind of have a leg up on the competition, so to speak. He's done a nice job of expanding his range. He's kind of a naturally cross-body guy, but he's really worked on the away from the body stuff a lot. So it's just, you know, we talk a lot about the difference between winning and losing amongst the top teams as a matter of execution. And so just kind of the consistency factor is the only thing I think that's not even a question mark. It's just something you continually sort of improve as time goes along.
On the other side of the net here, as timeout has been called, Seain Cook has enjoyed the partnership with Cody Caldwell. This is a new partnership. Let's hear from Seain about it.
The plan is kind of like I've done with most of my career, is get carried. So Cody carries me on. Then we get drafted, and then the women's team is going to carry me as well. So that's kind of the big plan. Cody carries me, they carry me, I get real good at this.
Well, I got some news for you, Seain. Time to put in some work. Team going 3. No more carrying of anything. There we go. There's some fire from him.
You got the short shorts on. You're showing off the tremendous sticks out there. It's time to do some heavy lifting with those things. Yeah, I do like the self-deprecation. I squeezed a little bit of brogue out of him earlier too.
Oh, I told him eventually we're going to get him to answer a question. I told him, you just go complete as much as you can, groundskeeper Willie, and just have at it. And I'll just look at you and go, okay, that'll be it.
You just go full, so I married an axe murderer?
Yeah.
Pants, no.
I think the more on two this pair can do, the Olympic pair of Budinger and Evans, the better. Getting up and over the top with a little bit of emotion there in the 11th point of the Brooklyn Blaze. Where's Cameron Irwin? Cam, who do you have?
Hey guys, well, I actually listened into the timeout for Seain and Cody, and some of the focuses for them are talking about the service line. They're looking not just for the hard floats from the service line, but also the soft floats, changing up that service pressure. The second aspect was talking about getting a little extra sound from them. You saw Seain Cook have a little bit of fun in the midst of that timeout, as of course Mark Sherman trying to add a little bit of elevation and noise to this crowd. They also talked about staying aggressive throughout the approach, whether that's on the jump set as well as the attack. So a few focuses for Seain and Cody into this end of this first set.
I saw him warming up the jump set, but we have not seen it really play a role here in set number 1.
Cam, you might have a future as a stenographer. That was a tremendous recap of the time out there.
There's the jump set and a hot pocket. Enjoy, everyone.
Yeah, they really like doing the side set as kind of the extra sell on the option.
12-8, going to 15, win by 2. Blaze looking good. Someone lit a fire under Sean Cook, and that's a good thing. Caldwell's been aggressive, nearly had Evans there. Instead, Evans chips off the block, out of bounds for his 9th point.
Now again, that was a nice kind of last-minute looky what I found type of a pass, but a perfect set in rhythm.
Teams have met a couple times before. Budinger and Evans coming out on top in both cases. It was Manhattan Beach and Chicago. Last time went 3. It was 17-15 in the 3rd, and mistakes, I'm sure, played a big role in that one, and they may here.
This is kind of the, I like the timeout because this is where they've got to be careful, right? They've been in positions where they're in the lead, seemingly close to a finish line, and then things get away from them a bit. They don't want to have it happen here against a good San Diego Smash squad.
Yeah, good to see the score get unwound there too. That timeout called, as Rich Lamborn said, is 12-10 right now. Blaze still with the advantage, but utilizing that timeout pretty upfront, pretty quick. So let's look back to yesterday and the San Diego Smash. They in fact lost the first set to the LA Launch, Troy and Tim, and then responded. And particularly response came from Miles Evans, who got hyper aggressive.
Yeah, he did. He talked about how important serving was in his mind in that match, and he was very, very good. Like you said, he bears the brunt of the offensive work on his side of the net, as most teams kind of targeting him. He got locked in.
He could be ferocious from the service line, picking up multiple aces. We've seen him a lot of times affect matches quite dramatically in that skill. That is Miles Evans right there.
So many of these players in this particular match have really significant weapons from the end line. Cody and Sean, I think, doing a better job in this first set of utilizing those great serves, but look for that to not necessarily change, but look for the San Diego Smash to pick it up a little bit.
Ken Evans serve his team back. He likes to go around the side of the ball, go from right to left. Does just that, nearly had enough cable. Cook stabs it up and tries to go with the tailored crab. Comes up short.
Yeah, again, building a big lead are the Blaze, and then just a couple loose mistakes have the San Diego Smash right within striking distance here late set 1.
Caldwell heard the call of line, went ahead and executed that. They get to their 13th point, but it feels like the Smash got a little bit of momentum going. That may bode well for set 2.
Yeah, the Blaze, well, I mean, we still have a little bit of time left here in this first, right? Because the Blaze looked extremely comfortable. Then the Smash put up a couple, and now all of a sudden it feels as though, like you said, they've got some momentum.
That's a quick way to take momentum away. Sap it at the net, and there's the noise you wanted.
There's the noise you wanted, and there's like a little bit of a momentum reversal. You see kind of the body language after this set gets a little tight. Cody does a great job smothering it, and Miles a little frustration. Quick side change.
All right, Blaze, set point. Not this time. Set point number 2 will follow. 14-12.
It's always hard as we don't have the opportunity to be inside the minds of players, but sometimes I feel like when players go through ebbs and flows a little more than you're accustomed to seeing, they may be trying to do too much in certain circumstances. I wonder if that's the case for Cody and Sean at times.
Doing just enough there. Sean Cook and Cody Caldwell. That'll do it. 15-12 in set number 1. They come out with the victory, and they could be one set away from putting the Blaze in the W column in our overall standings.
This is not doing too much. This is doing what you are best at, and that is going up high, feasting hard. Sean Cook, nicely done.
Celebration to boot. We'll reset it to 0 for set number 2. Blaze up 1-0. The AVP League is brought to you by Wilson, the official ball of the AVP. out.
How about a little magic, huh?
Of course, a long, rich history of volleyball here at UCLA on the men's and women's side. So many national championships and a little dodgeball going on here with the mini balls for the women's beach and indoor teams.
This is Blaze, this is Laser, and this is Blazer.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
It's white. Yeah, this is a great one. I mean,
Vince Vaughn was here last night, for crying out loud. Where was this last night?
The average Joes were in attendance when we filmed.
I know. We should have had this event. Vince, get out here. Get your shirt on. Get your jersey.
Put your blindfold on, get out there and play some dodgeball with the ladies and dodge, duck, dip, dive, and of course, dodge.
Getting back from the airport, my man. Do not abandon your crew. So lots of fun being had out here in Los Angeles in our sandbox. A beautifully made sandbox for this event. We're going to have a whole bunch of tennis center events. We'll have some indoor, some outdoor events. I'm excited to see all the different venues that we play in and how it affects the game, the crowds, the energy that everyone's going to bring to this very fast-paced event. All right, set 2 about to get underway. Let's check in with Cam before that gets started.
Guys, I had some extra eyes on the box for Ed, and it was interesting because it was a lot of breath work to get started. They were very quiet to start that in-between sets moment. They talked about a sense of urgency. It immediately ramped up right after that. Chase Budinger looking to Miles Evans saying, hey, we got to go, and we got to go right now. They also talked about some of those tight sets that are taking place, and they really want to get after the approach for Miles Evans, saying, hey, go get him at the point of attack. Try and overpower them there as they look to this second set, guys.
Caldwell and Cook, offensively nearly unstoppable. Caldwell 5 of 6, Cook 6 of 8. Now those other two were 2 errors. On the other side, Miles Evans, 2 of 6 with 2 errors, hitting 0. That's a tough way to start a match. But hey, Miles got started slowly last night and then came rolling back.
Yeah, this is how they started. You mentioned they dropped their first set, came roaring back, found a little bit of a groove. It does feel good if you're the Brooklyn Blaze to get a set in the books. They were 0 for 2 yesterday evening, despite Coach Kurt Lee insisting that they are a second set team. They would certainly love to be here.
Yeah, they were playing against New York Nitro of Taylor Crabb and Taylor Sander. Went down 15-10, 15-11 in just 28 minutes. I feel like Crabb and Sander can be very difficult to play with. They don't give you any energy, and they look like they're just hanging out. And then they change gears on you, score 5 points in a row.
Yeah, it is weird. I think that's an accurate assessment, and it's wild to think that somebody can simultaneously look like they're hanging out and bounce it into the rafters.
Right. Yeah, just be mildly enjoying some volleyball action and you're tied, and then all of a sudden, bang, 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 and you're down 4.
Right, right.
Evans, right side, still getting all that work, and this time missing. 2-2.
That was interesting. I think he had the right shot, just kind of missed. You mentioned how he likes to go around the side of the ball, which is very true. Just got a little too much of it there.
Big push set. I don't know that Evans was expecting it to go that far. Caldwell in transition puts it away, and some more noise from Sean Cook.
I feel like they're going to chase down Robert the Bruce at any moment here.
That ball too tight, and a lot of close action at the net, followed by another Brooklyn Blaze point.
Yeah, I love that serve from Cody Caldwell. If he can start to work that in, he becomes all the more dangerous, because we've seen the heater If you can work in that short serve, especially to the sideline where people have to move, and now look at Evans and Budinger switching sides.
Budinger gets the ball here and then smoothly flicks it away, and that's why you don't serve that gentleman with the light-colored hair.
It's interesting. I wonder if Caldwell noticed that they had switched sides, or if he was just kind of comfortable. You know, like a lot of times you hear the edict from coaches, just go with your best serve first. Yeah. Who it goes to is kind of secondary, and I tend to agree with that. But if you're on a guy and scoring, I think you've got to stay on that guy.
That ball is long. Yeah, best serve. I always think about that discussion. Playing in Belgium, I was told don't serve Fred de Lange. Fred de Lange is the best passer in the history of Belgium. Okay, fine. I'm going to serve Fred de Lange now.
Yeah. Kevin Barnett, in case you don't know, ever the contrarian.
4 aces and a victory later was fine. There's a big stuff block.
and clearly 4 or 5 suck it Fred de Langes.
I still remember his name.
That's right. There's all those. You got the Justin Spains and the Fred de Langes.
Fred de Langes, exactly. Jan van de Velde and the Vosterbroeches, my favorite Belgian band. That ball salvaged, but still in bounds. Good run up here for Cody Caldwell. Nobody up. He will try and shoot it over the pulling. As of that moment, Miles Evans, and then eventually put away. Evans losing the battle at the net. Cameron Irwin. Hey, Cam.
Hey, guys, I caught up with Kurt Lee, the coach for Cody and Seain. We talked about some adjustments for them. Even as they took that first set, he said they have to focus on controlling the tempo of the game and control on the scramble plays. Just like the other side, they talked about consistent energy, leveling up, and even get this. Last night, these two went into a film session with Kurt Lee. The conversation landed on, hey, you guys belong here, showing highlight after highlight as they got ready for this one.
Yeah, they definitely have the highlights, as that one just squeezes underneath the right hand of Sean Cook. I think you talked about that at the open of this match, is they have the highlights, they have the flash, they have that level of performance. Question is, how many out of 10?
Well, right, and I think, you know, there's lots of factors in any given volleyball match, any given set, right? I think this is a pretty critical juncture because it feels as though sort of the vibe, the body language on the side of the San Diego Smash right now is not great. So if they can really capitalize on that on the side of the Brooklyn Blaze, stay on top of their game, not have any of those leaks that have kind of plagued them in the past, this is really their opportunity to close out this match.
Yeah, they've forced San Diego into a few errors here. 7-5, Blaze carrying the lead. Cook at the line. He's like to go cross body here, working on Evans, trying to go sharp. Instead, now he goes down the line. Just checking to see if Chase is awake, and he is.
What was that? I mean, that looked like a little bit of wizardry. His arm went left, the ball went right. I don't know what was going on there, Kevin.
I didn't hear a sorting hat. I didn't hear Gryffindor as that ball went down.
Yeah, I mean, he seems like more of a Slytherin guy with that complexion. No?
That's a great call. Great call. True facts from Rich Lamborn. A little bit of contact under the net. Cody Caldwell, kind of a dangerous play there. Point, smash.
So here we go. You get that serve into Budinger. He makes a great shot, and then you give one away with a tight pass, and now it's 7 apiece. So really important for the Blaze to respond here.
A little bit of confusion here about where that ball landed. Was it in? Was it out? Matt Laveau, I believe that is, going to check it out.
I guess if the C is for Chase, they'll get off the stand and have a look. If the C is for Cody, they won't.
I think the referee can call the C whenever he wants.
I do appreciate that they are committed to getting those calls right. Obviously, as our signage indicates, every point does matter here in the league.
Now kicking sand back over the nylon cable, not enough. It has to actually touch the cable. 8-7, close action, second set. Blaze looking for their first team victory here, their first pair victory. They are 0-3. Oh, that'll take them closer. Serving down the middle.
Sean trying to ramp up his guy a little bit after the ace. That was very well placed.
Within a foot of the back line, always a good spot. Caldwell way down low, nearly had it.
There's was interesting. Great timing, great positioning. Seemed like he forgot to be as strong as he needed to be with that left hand.
Positioning, timing of your feet and your jump, then your hand position, your read of the hitter. A lot going on in that tiny little time frame. Trying to block, and there, they'll throw a jump side set at you.
Yeah, that one is so deceptive. You know, the risk factor is high, unnecessarily so in some circumstances, but that was very well executed. Yeah, beach blocking, not for the faint of heart. It is a very difficult skill with lots of moving parts.
Caldwell jumped over the top of that one. His partner came up with a dig, and he knuckled it right to the line. Perfectly done. Blaze stretching out here in the second.
I like Sean's enthusiasm is so strong that it just takes a couple seconds, but it does extract some out of Cody Caldwell as well.
Scottish hammer.
That's right.
Pounds that ball to the ground as a timeout is called. 11-8. The Smash, suffering a 4-1 run, have called for a little extra time. Glad you're enjoying Valley Live and our coverage of the league. AVP League, weekend number 1 of what will be 9 weekends of play. We have 8 regular season weekends. We have our 9th weekend back here in Los Angeles for the championship. We're going to be all across the United States, and we're going to go all the way across the United States. Coming up here next week in Miami is Tim Baumgren, noted Minnesota Vikings fan, is trying to hit Troy Field inbounds here. I think the defender might have made it. That is the LA launch getting ready by throwing the ball around. That is an import from Kelly Chang right there, her regular warm-up. Crab and Sander will be their opponents. New York Nitro coming in at 1-0. Baumgren and Field 0-1.
If you're a fan of entertainment, that's going to be one you're going to want to tune in for. Troy Field will be whooping it up with the crowd. The aforementioned New York Nitro will be mildly subdued in their demeanor, but their play will be electric.
Launch versus Blaze is going to be a good one too when you get Sean Cook out there alongside Troy Field or opposite Troy Field. Now a little extra time in the timeout. We've had multiple whistles now trying to get the Smash back on the sand. Here they come, Budinger and Evans. All right, 11-8. The aggression along with the noise has been working for the Blaze. Smash have to respond.
They have to respond. They responded pretty well right around this time in the set number 1. And the Blaze did a nice job fighting it off. That is their task here, again, is to not get loose on their side of the net. Stay on task.
On-2 option taken by Chase Budinger.
And we often hear coaches speak a lot about controlling the things that we can control, right?
Right.
You serve the ball tough. Chase makes a nice option play like that. You shake it off, you move on, you get back to controlling what you can control, which is this next contact.
By coaches, you mean Carl McGowan and Hugh McCutcheon?
Are there other coaches? I don't know that there are. It's like Marv Dunphy in there.
It's like, what do I do with leftover bacon? The response is, I don't, not familiar with that type of bacon. I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah, I hear the words coming out of your mouth. They don't register.
12-9, Blaze 3 away from their first victory potentially here. Taking a 2-0 swing over the Smash. That ball clipped the net. A little off balance. Evans. And through to the head of Cody Caldwell. Full yard sail and a little check of the nose bridge.
Yeah, that noise pretty much means it went straight into the bill, which drives the hat right into the forehead / the bridge of the, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is a tough sail right there. When your glasses end up 8 feet from you, you will get a sand timeout. I don't see any blood. We don't need Vernie Pacheco out here, I don't believe.
No Vaseline and a cold metal slab.
Just a press. But you know Sean Cook would have it. He'd be ready.
He would have it. I think I saw a little belt, and he's got some Q-tips. And
smear it on there, slap him in the face, get back out there. 12-10. Critical side out, I think, here for the Blaze, just to hold on to the momentum. Budinger to Cook. Caldwell, jump set. Cook works off the block and out of bounds and rings them up for 13.
Yeah, so that was an option that did not fool Chase in the slightest, but Cook able to stay aggressive, stay doing what he does best, which is that hard swing, and gets the side out.
He's been looking for the ace to the right of Evans here. He'll continue that search.
Yes, he will. I like that because the toss wasn't there for him. It looked like he just tried to keep that in. He wasn't successful, but the mindset is correct at the very least.
No option this time. Cook will have to do it on his own, and he does. Match point for the Blaze.
We've talked about the jumpy nature of this sand kind of all weekend, Kevin. I mean, Sean Cook is just elevating, basically just doing a slap down from up top in front of the defending Miles Evans. You know he's getting out of the sand.
Been a tough one for the smash so far. Can the Blaze close? Here we go. Match point number 1. Option taken and not scooped out. Nearly picked up. Match ball number 2.
Now we're ironically, sarcastically calling challenges as the Brooklyn Blaze team. They've got a couple opportunities to side out for their first W, though.
They must have a good leader. You wouldn't see that.
Yeah.
Second chance to close it. They've been serving Cook. This time to Caldwell. Big inside-out approach, dug up by Evans. Who puts it away, staving it off again. 14-13, the smash get closer.
Well, they're gonna, interesting, they are gonna call a timeout. What do you think of that, Kevin?
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough spot.
It's
The
tough.
player in me wants to keep playing, but I think if I'm in the box, I understand to slow it down.
At this particular juncture, yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 both ways, because I don't, calling a timeout after one failed side out feels panicky to me, but if you lose another one, now all of a sudden it's 14-all, and we've got a whole different can of worms we're facing.
Yeah, so you can get ahead of the situation changing on you.
Right.
And perhaps stave that off and simply put it away. Get about a minute to talk about it, see what they come out with offensively. Interesting to me that they were going to Cook repeatedly. They went to Caldwell on match ball, did the smash. Let's check in with Cameron Irwin during this timeout.
I know this is a critical juncture, however, I did just catch up with Sean Cook. He was in the box, and I asked him, what in the world is on your hat, as there might need to be some protective headwear down in that duo. But he's actually got the names of his wife and kiddo on his hat, but there's also one more little black dot right in the middle of his hat, if you can get a close-up of it, and it's actually baby number 2 on the way.
Oh, are we breaking news here?
Potentially. I'm not sure. He said he shared it with me willingly.
All right. Congratulations to Sean and Courtney.
I'm hoping it was his young child that wrote those names on his hat, because that is some questionable handwriting.
I'll let you speak to him about it later. We'll make sure and have a camera on hand. All right, match ball number 3. They went to Caldwell last time. This time back to Cook. Back set. And chipped over the top. The Brooklyn Blaze are on the board.
And there you see how much it means to them and their entire squad with the Brooklyn Blaze getting one in the win column.
15-12, 15-13, a raft of emotion poured into that one by Sean Cook with the victory and the celebratory hand motions.
I suppose we're blazing. We're doing all things blaze for Brooklyn.
I thought it was a salute to Arnold in Hollywood. I don't know.
There you go.
A lot of power displayed, a little bit of craft there to finish it for Sean Cook. And Cody Caldwell. The Blaze had to have one. I don't think you can go through weekend number 1, go 0-4 and expect to be looking at the championship.
That's set 2. Kurt Lee letting us know set 2 is theirs. He was a prognosticator if nothing else.
So congratulations to the Blaze. Caldwell survived getting hit in the face and having everything fly. His partner finished it off. So Mark Sherman is going to track in, and we'll hear about the victory.
Let's have a little chat with the winners from the Brooklyn Blaze. The Blaze on the board. Sean Cook, if there's one word, maybe one sound that you could put to that win, what would it be? Oh, there's no yelling now? Now you're not going to do it, Sean? Whatever. His voice is down.
Calm, collected player. Calm, collected, smooth.
Calm and collected. That's his thing. He's blazing. Yeah, very nice. Cody's the energy guy. Cody, you're on the board with the Brooklyn Blaze here in week number 1. Yeah, you are. And you got a little something right there hit in the face, but that's fine. What is it like to play with a guy with Sean's kind of energy?
Easy. Yeah, easy. He brings the noise. You just got to follow it up with the play and just let him flow. Yeah.
Sean, your energy is infectious. It is so much fun to watch. Sometimes it almost seems like, wow, that takes a lot of energy. It would tire me out to do that, but that's just like, it fires you up, right?
Yeah, well, if you noticed, I was noisiest. There was one play right at the start. Cody goes in for the serve, comes through, big hit off the back of it. I did nothing, so that's when I get to go crazy. But it is my stat. I'll make sure that kills my stat.
Yeah, that one belongs to you. Yes, absolutely. I love it. All right, this is a fun new format. You guys got your first point on the board. How do you feel about the quick match? You're only playing to 15. Do we like that fast play? What do you think about that?
Loved it today. Yesterday, not so much. Now we're big fans.
Yeah. Fantastic. If you win, you're going to like it. If you lose, maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Cody and Sean Cook of the Brooklyn Blaze.
Brooklyn Blaze with the victory. Caldwell, 10 kills on 14 attempts, 2 aces in an outstanding performance.
Yeah, it was much more even, that performance from Cody Caldwell, Sean Cook. We talked about them trying to be a little more consistent, not riding the ups and downs as much, and I think they certainly did that today. It was really instrumental in their win.
Smasher coming out at 2-2 on the weekend. Brooklyn Blaze getting on the board at 1-3, so no one's going winless on the week. New York and LA are going to match up next. East Coast, West Coast beef. Pick your side. Where do you want to be? I guarantee you want to be here. UCLA Tennis Center. 2 more matches to go. LA and New York taking the sand next. We're going to start on the men's side. Looking forward to that. Appreciate you being with us here on Bally's Live. For Rich Lamborn, Cameron Irwin, and Kevin Barnett. Come on back to the sand.